Hi everyone, it's Danielle here for Felicity Jane, and I'm going to be putting together the first sort of couple of pages of my December daily. So yeah, a bit scary because I've never done one of these before. And because I've had a big house move around over the past sort of week. So I've been just watching everyone else put up all their lovely bits and pieces, and it's sort of making it even harder and harder to know what to do because everyone's sort of already started and you keep seeing all these lovely things. So yeah, it's been quite stressful. Just sitting there thinking, oh no, now I have to make something that sort of looks as good as everything that everyone else is doing. Yeah, pressure's on. So I'm going to be using I am going to be using the most gorgeous Felicity Jane binder for my December daily. So yeah, I am going to pop it in here. Reason being, I've got quite a lot of these dividers in sort of various versions of this. Some with these kind of tiny little square pockets. I've got some sort of big sort of sheet pockets and all things like that, and then obviously got all these lovely dividers and things to use as well. So you know, all the bits and pieces that came in the Noel kit all suit the binder. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go by this 6x8 6x8 binder that I've got. So yeah, so I'm thinking that the first kind of thing I'm going to do is put together a kind of title page, and then also put some little bits and pieces in here in these little pockets, because I've got all these lovely that's so cute. I've got all these lovely die cuts and things. So yeah, it sort of seems a bit daft not to, you know, put some lovely little bits and bobs in this cute little thing. And then I've got some sequins from I think that's from Holly. And I've also got some tiny little red paper clips which are cute, and then these little holly bits and pieces from the Noel kit as well, and some bells and things in there. So yeah, there's some cute bits. I might do like a couple of little sequins in a pocket, or some buttons or something like that, as kind of like my cover page, and then this, and then I'll start sort of doing my photographs and things. I've got a couple of photos, but I'm kind of waiting for more to arrive. So that's the thing that's been a bit of a pain, is, you know, you kind of need the photographs to document. So I've got a couple of bits and bobs, but yeah, like some little bits and pieces. Some things are from 2018, or some things aren't from Christmas at all, but they're going to be relevant because when I do a little page about the sort of Christmas songs, you know, then headphones work for that. That's from this year. That's the little Starbucks cup. So and then there's some little bits and pieces. I've sort of got a couple of bits so far about, so I can document about like some biscuits that I've had delivered. So yeah, I can do that. And then the other thing that makes my December quite difficult to document is the fact that this guy is not here. He's away in Nepal at the moment. So because he's not here, I've not put up any decorations or anything like that. It's all sort of waiting for him to come back. And he's still away for another week. Yee! So yeah, so it's a bit of a pain because it's sort of our Christmas time, but you know, it's going to be a bit of a weird one to document because I am kind of documenting it solo. But I've still got some bits and pieces to put up, and then it will just mean that when he is back, that sort of last week leading up to Christmas will be super exciting, because we'll be putting up the tree and, you know, doing all those kinds of Christmas things that, you know, we would normally be doing earlier in the month. So yeah, so I'm kind of trying to play around that at the moment and find some different ways to document different things. So it's my sort of documenting at the moment will probably be like quite a lot of lists, quite a lot of like phone screenshots, things like that. So yeah, and then once he's back there'll be more photos. So in the meantime I'm just kind of making it work for me. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll get some bits and pieces kind of sorted, put together for this little bit, some paper squares and things. I'll cut things to size and that, and then I'll be back and I'll start popping the bits and bobs in there. And I've also got Cozy, which is the digital kit that Felicity Jane have for December as well, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to try and print out some of the bits and pieces from that onto sheets of vellum and things. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll have to faff around a bit with I don't have Photoshop, but I find that sometimes in Microsoft PowerPoint you can do quite a lot in there. So I'm going to try and do some bits and bobs in PowerPoint and then print them out on vellum, and we'll see how that goes. I've only got a black and white printer, so it's, you know, it's going to be a bit basic, so I'll probably go for sort of more of the pattern papers and things like that, or maybe just some of the phrases. But yeah, we'll see how I get on with that, and I might use that to make my my cover sheet. And then also have that, which is totally gorgeous, which I'm thinking I might quite like to back behind. Oops. Just some like plain, or kind of more plainer of the papers. That looks nice. So yeah, something like that too. So just like a kind of cover page, then a kind of plain secondary page, and this, which will be a bit bonkers with kind of a reverse side as well. I'll try and work out a way to make it still look nice on the opposite side. And then hopefully I should be able to start doing my sort of regular documenting. Okay, so yeah, I'll pop away and then I'll pop back in a minute when I've got my papers and bits and pieces all sorted. Okay, all right, bye. Okay, so I have cut my papers out now, and what I've done is I've kind of cut my papers out on for the die cuts where it's going to be a little bit hard to kind of back them on the reverse, if you kind of see what I mean, because I only have one of these bows and I only have a couple of these, and they don't actually, when they're back to back, see, they don't actually line up. So so yeah, I've kind of deliberately picked those squares to back with the paper, so that when I flip it over, then I'm not going to have sort of trouble on the reverse side making it work. The circles are fine because I already have a few more of these. I can kind of back a circle with a circle, so that's fine. I'm still sort of having a bit of a fiddle. Sequins will be fine because, you know, again, they'll just be seen, they'll be the same from both sides. The buttons, I picked out a couple of little buttons from my stash that kind of went with the colours, and then I've got a couple of little stars, whoops, and a little pot of stars here, and just a couple of little gold sequins for this little kind of cluster. But again, that will probably look just as nice from the reverse, so I've kind of left that as it is. This little guy, I should be able to just kind of mirror up with another colour on the reverse, so that's fine. I'm probably going to staple that onto the outside of the divider, just because it's too big to fit in the pocket. So yeah, so I might just staple that with the other cup and sort of back to back, and then staple them at the same time. So that's kind of what I'm thinking there. I've got a little bit of, we got a little bag with Noel of like, oops, ribbons and sort of lovely bits and pieces here. So from that little collection, I've got this gorgeous gold ribbon. So I was just going to sort of fold that over on itself and just kind of create a little kind of tab there, and staple that in. I just need to find a paper to go with that. Which is proving a little bit difficult because, you know, I kind of don't want it to be too paper heavy, because then you kind of lose the element of having the kind of everything be see-through. So it does need to be quite sort of neutral. So yeah, maybe stars could work, or oops. Have these super cute little candy canes, which are very, very sweet. So yeah, I'm gonna have a little think on that, particularly that little square. But yeah, I'm kind of mostly there with the other bits. I'm gonna work out what to do about the reverse of these two. There is a little cup in Cozy, so I could always print out a smaller version of that and then try to sort of back it on the other side. I'll have a little think about that. That's going to be a bit of a pain because that's the only small one out of these, so obviously the others are a bit too big. Yeah, so I'm going to again have a little think on that. But I've kind of got most bits down. That's just a big button I've got from my my stash, but it's so Felicity Janey because it's black and white and polka dots, so that's super cute. But again, the reverse is just big black button, so that's going to look fine coming through, so I'll pop that on too. So I might go ahead and just sort of put these bits in that I can, tuck the bits in that I can, and then I'll have a little think about this box here, and also kind of bear in mind my reverse side. In the meantime, I've also, because I want to do my sort of days of the month as well, I've got two really cute little journaling cards here. So what I'm thinking is if I back them against one another, then I've got this perfect little circle here for my one, and then when I fold it over, I've cut one of the little divider acetate pop-ins. We've got a little pack of these, so you can kind of glue in extra bits and pieces, photos and tickets and things like that, you know, that you don't want to actually punch them. So I've cut one of those in half. So I've just got these 3 little dots to work with here, so I can kind of put that in between the two. Whoop. And then have my little one, and then when you flip it over, there'll still be something cute on the reverse. So I'll pop a little something on here as well, maybe some little hearts or something, you know, another little thing on there. So that'll be my kind of little mini one. So that's that bit sorted. I had to have a bit of a rethink about my title page after my printer ate my acetate, so so sad. It's all kind of fluffed off, which is such a shame. So what I'm thinking now is instead of trying to print with the cozy stuff, I might need to do that at work because our printers are a bit more industrial there, so I'll probably be able to deal with it a little bit better. See, it's just coming off, so it's just going to be that's just going to be a nightmare. What I'm thinking now is I might do a sort of 6x8 cut out a 6x8 sheet of paper, have a sheet of acetate on top of it, which is just plain, and then on top of that maybe this cute little house, pop this cute little house down, and then with like a little title that I can either use some of the, I've still got somewhere, I've got some bits of Henley left, and then I also have I have these Henley ones, and then I've also got a couple of little bits, here we go, of Harper still. So I've got these kind of gold alphas. So yeah, I mean, it's a shame I've used all my ones in in my gratitude journal, which is a shame. So I mean, I could always fiddle and make one out of an eye or something, but if not, I've got plenty of numbers in here because I haven't actually used this one yet. I got this in the black and white striped sale, haha. So yeah, so I've got some numbers here, so so I could do that, or write like, you know, Christmas or something, you know, so there might be letters here for me to perhaps do that. No, there won't. I've got no H's. Okay. But yeah, I'll have a think on that anyway. I kind of destroyed this these puffy alphas, which is, I mean, they were just too lovely not to, really. So yeah, but at least I have these, which are gold and sort of still have all that kind of, those lovely little kind of, they'll pick out all the highlights and all the little gold bits and bobs in the kit. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at the moment. So yeah, bit of a shame. I mean, it did print out okay on paper, so I could, you know, pop card in there and print it out on that, but I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's not the same, is it? Having things on vellum has that kind of lovely feel to it. So yeah, bit of a shame, but I'll persevere. I'll come up with a plan B for my title page. But in the meantime, I'll put these in. I'll come back in a second, and then I'll kind of start working on the reverse as well and how I'm gonna deal with these sort of funny little bits. So okay, I'll be back in a mo. All right, bye. Okay, Okay, so everything's in its pockets now, which is good. And I've stapled on my little extra bits and pieces. I decided on a grey, I just sort of chopped up a journaling card for that one, just because it was quite neutral and it kind of also went with the grey in this sort of square of paper. So yeah, so everything's stuck down. Some things are on the top of the pockets and some things are inside them. I quite like that, you know, sort of generally as a kind of thing. And you know, I have the luxury of not having children, so they're not going to be pulling through everything and all the bits are going to be popping out or flying around the place. So yeah, so it makes my life easier. I know that if you do have kids, it's a bit of a nightmare. If you stick things on the outside and, you know, people are flipping through all the time, then their little buttons and things are all going to come loose. But yeah, I won't have that problem, so it's all fine. Okay, so this is the reverse side. So as you'll see, I've kind of double backed some of these papers anyway, so it kind of works quite well. But you also see what I mean, where we've got the problem of what to do with the reverses on some of these. So I mean, I do have that big button. I've got a big green one, which is yummy, and also quite good size. Quite a similar size to the other one. I could go smaller. I quite like that. That's quite nice. And this is all coming through nicely, so I don't need to really fiddle with that at all. That still looks fine on the reverse, so that's good. That's going to stay. Again, those sequins are coming through either way, so that's fine. Yeah, let's see. You might just see a little bit of green, but that's no bad thing. That'll look quite fun. Okay, so then where are my glue dots? Ooh. Yeah. Oh, sorry if this one's a bit waffly and a bit rambly, but you know, if you've subscribed to my channel, you should know by now that that's what I do. I'm a waffler. So yeah, okay, so that's fine. I did think about maybe using this little guy. I'll stick my reverses of these ones down. I quite like that tree. What did I do? Did I go in the pockets there? I think I went in the pocket. Oh, I went on the outside of the pocket for that one, so I can get inside the pocket. Oops. Just trying to reverse engineer my craziness. Right. Let's see. Okay, lovely. Okay, and then did that one go on the inside? That one went on the inside. Okay, so this one needs to go on the outside. I love it when a plan comes together. Just trying to remember what I did. I had to pause the recording for a little bit because it was absolutely hammering it down here. So much so that the cat came tearing up the stairs a minute ago, and she's now hidden underneath the chair behind me, bless her. I think it freaked her out quite a bit. It was yeah, pretty crazy. It's been quite dry over the past couple of days, most unheard of. So yeah, I think we've both got used to that. The rain's just come to remind us that it's very much still in charge. Right, what am I going to do about those? That's such a pain in the butt. I suppose I could stick paper in, but I don't know. I think that's going to be an off-camera freak out. You don't need to be watching me go bananas. Right, so I think I will use the Henley numbers on this one, particularly because they're that little bit smaller. So, whoops, I was going to go 20, 19. That's crazy. Oh, lost a 0 somewhere. that's gonna pop up. Right. Let's see. I might need to pick these off again if I don't quite get the. I suppose I could do the reverse. Oops. Well, I hope you're all getting on with your DDs and popping up lovely bits. I can't believe how many. Well, no, I can't believe how many lovely things I've seen. That's yeah, it's been nuts. Like every time I go on my Instagram, it's like I'm being bombarded with lovely things. But yeah, it's just made it so much harder to get started as I had that delay, and then just seeing everyone's lovely bits. It's been an absolute inspiration, but also just makes everything a bit more sort of super intimidating, because then you think, oh no, now I need to step up and make something nice too. Are you still in the shot? Yes. Yeah, it gets the pressure's on. These are cute. What do you think about some little gloves there? Thing is, you don't want to get too carried away with one small area, because obviously I've got a lot of pages to do, and I've got a lot of bits to put in it all. So I don't want to get too carried away on one page. Although I mean, that is pretty damn cute, isn't it? So sweet. Yeah, okay, I think I'll probably leave it there because I'm gonna have to think about that. And then my title page, because I worried this is going to be a bit of a hectic long video. I might do that on I have a blog post coming up on the Felicity Jane blog next week, so I could incorporate that into it as well, because yeah, I'm just worried about waffling too long. I mean, how long that video do you want to sit and watch? This is probably going to be like 25 minutes as it is. Yeah. So yeah, I'll have a think about that. That's quite cute. I do have some more things somewhere. So yeah, I'll have a play and I'll pop up a little couple of pictures at the end so you'll be able to see kind of how I finish this off. And yeah, and then I'll work on my title. But what I'm thinking now is that I'm not going to, I sort of talked before about having a sheet of having a plain sheet of paper in between, but I don't think I'm going to, because I really like the idea of this being see-through and having that, oh what fun, and then being able to see all the fun through it. So I think I'm going to leave those two together. Then my cover, as I say, I think I'm going to pick maybe polka dots or one sheet of paper, and then have that little house and like just a little date, and then maybe use maybe use like, you know, Christmas, and then do Christmas 2019, or yeah, something like that. So with these sort of lovely bits, so I'll keep my title page quite simple, and then have that sheet of vellum as well, just to kind of give it another layer. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I'll go away and faff and do that, and then I'll pop some pictures up in the end so you'll be able to see how I got on. Okay. And yeah, and I'll be back again soon with another haphazard video where I change my mind and do weird things. Okay, until then, take care, and I hope you're all enjoying your December so far, and yeah, having lots of lovely Christmassy moments that you can document. Okay, keep an eye on the Felicity Jane blog for the next couple of posts from me and the rest of the girls on the creative team, because there's going to be some stunning bits coming up in the next couple of days. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out, and don't forget to share your Noel bits and pieces as well, using the hashtag FJNoel on Instagram, because then we'll all be able to see what you've been doing with your kits too. Okay, alrighty then guys, I'll leave it there, and take care, and I'll speak to you all soon. Okay, lots of love, bye.